Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel TV Scoop Entertainment. While we bring you the latest scoop around the world today, we will be talking about the one and only ex-president of Zimbabwe known as Robert Mugabe. He has since passed on and his death was announced by BBC, and that's how I came to know that he has passed on. Otherwise, do make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel for more TV Scoop Entertainment videos and that you hit that notification button. Otherwise, let's go. It was announced by BBC today that the former Zimbabwean president Robert Gabriel Mugabe has since passed on, and there has been mixed feelings about his passing. Others were saying, no, you shouldn't mourn for the guy, and others were like, no, he was our hero. So we're gonna talk a lot about that today. There is mixed notions towards Mugabe's passing. I mean, take a look at this user's tweet. He tweeted, "I'm so emotionally conflicted. A man who did so much for our country but proceeded to destroy it all for the sake of political power. I owe my education to his inspired education policies. This time, he was my hero and made me so proud to be Zimbabwean." Well, the first point that this user mentioned, well, Zimbabwe actually turned out to be the greatest nation ever in Africa. I mean, like, there was a time when Zimbabwe was thriving as a nation, bigger than any other economy in Africa, and all African countries were so proud of Zimbabwe. They would even send out their students to Zimbabwe so that they can learn Zimbabwean ways, and it actually worked out for the better. Take a look at the education policies in Zimbabwe. They've created some of the world's best specialists. You guys, Zimbabwe takes the cake when it comes to education. Okay, let's take a look at another tweet. The other tweet that grabbed my attention was this one, whereby the user mentioned that Mandela died at 95, Mugabe died at 95. Mandela left black South Africans landless. Mugabe left black Zimbabweans with the land. Mandela left South Africa with arrogant and unrepentant racists. Mugabe left Zimbabwe with no racist that disrespects a black man in his own land. Okay, so at this point, people are comparing two leaders. I mean, they were leading two different countries, two different economies, two different types of citizens. So by comparing the two leaders, it actually does not work well. I mean, yes, they were fighting against the people who colonized the land, of which I do understand. But okay, so it went on to say that Mandela left South Africans landless and Mugabe left Zimbabweans with land. That is true. A lot of South Africans, they do not own land. However, when it comes to Zimbabweans, there was that policy that was introduced whereby white people were actually kicked out of their farms so that black people, also known as the original people of the land, were put back into those places, of which it did not work quite well, because most of the people, they did not know how to work the land. They did not know how to make good use of the land, and so that they can support the economy of Zimbabwe. So this tweet by Gigi Lemaine, she is a South African rapper, female rapper. She tweeted, "A great idealist, a bad executor. It's a love-hate thing here. To the next life, R.I.P. Mugabe." Well, the thread was quite long because a lot of people had to explain, had to say a lot about Gigi Lemaine, that she does not know much about Zimbabwe, because I believe media was restricted in Zimbabwe. I mean, in order for you to shoot a film or whatever, you had to go through proper protocol, and so not a lot of information was allowed to leave the country, and so they chose what we as the outer world could see and could not see. So I kind of like do you believe some of the tweets that says that, okay, actually you should let the real Zimbabweans tell the story about how they lived under the presidency of Robert Mugabe. because from our outside world, as per Gigi's email tweet, you can see that she says Robert Mugabe was a great idealist, of which I do believe that. I mean, you can even see through this man's interviews and other speeches that he's quite an intellectual person and he knows what he was talking about. However, when it came to carrying out what he had actually thought of, all the policies that were created, I would rather say that not all of them succeeded or carried out as desired by himself, President Robert Mugabe. I would like to also comment on the education system in Zimbabwe. It has the greatest, the best education system in Africa. I don't want to lie to you. Come hell or high water, Zimbabweans are articulate. They are, when it comes to them expressing themselves, they do not struggle at all. And I believe it has to do with the education policies that Robert Mugabe had in place. And for that, I salute him. Really, he actually takes the cake when it comes to education. The guy himself, Robert Mugabe, he is a very educated person. I went through some history, his biography, and then I was able to see that he'd actually accumulated so many degrees, honors, and doctorates and honorary certificates. So I would, at the end, like to say that may his soul rest in peace. And as usual, we would not all have the same opinions about him. However, at the end, I do believe that he will meet his maker and everything will be sorted out there. Otherwise, you guys, thank you very much for watching this TV Scoop entertainment video. I'll see you on another video. Until next time, goodbye.